right, thank you so much for being here today. My name is Mr. Kennedy, and I only had about 4 of you turn in video release forms. So those are the ones that are sitting at the front that are on video, and the rest of you are on the back. Everybody just say, hey.
Hi.
Yeah, so they know you're here. All right. All right, so today we're going to go over some stuff. A lot of the stuff you have probably seen before. Some of this stuff is going to seem very familiar to you just because of how we speak and how we use words. And we are going to be going over word usage, and we're going to go through a lot of, there's some of the words that we use are not proper use. And we're going to talk about that today. Of these words, I'm going to show you how to use some of them, well, really all of them, in the proper way that you're supposed to use it. In the South, we say a lot of different things that is not correct, or I can say ain't right, okay? Ain't right is not the way that I should properly say that sentence, okay? Let's look at the first sentence here. It has been an hour. Does that sound like a pretty normal sentence? So you've heard somebody say, man, it's been an hour. Is that the correct way of saying this sentence? What should we say here?
It's been an hour.
It's been an hour. So we know this is not correct. It's going to be an hour. We ain't ready for this day. Who can be like, dude, I ain't ready for this day? All right. What is wrong with this sentence, Weston? It ain't. Ain't is not the correct word for this. What should we say?
We aren't.
We aren't. Good. We aren't ready for this day. He had a test, but he left school anyways. Ooh. This is kind of harder. Who can tell me what's wrong with this sentence? He had a test, but he left school anyways. Anyways, what's wrong with anyways?
That's 2 words. Quick you, man.
It's just one word. There is something wrong with anyways, but what's wrong with it? The S. Good. The S does not belong here. Now, are we probably going to leave here today and say, well, anyways? Probably so, because it's just kind of how we speak. It's a dialect that we have in the South. It's just kind of how we speak. Are we going to leave here and say ain't? Like, man, I ain't going to that. Man, I ain't going to do that. Yeah, I mean, we're probably going to use those words anyway. But if you are writing a professional paper or you're writing an essay for one of your high school teachers, if you're going to college, you're definitely going to be writing essays in college. So you need to know whether you use them in your everyday speech or not. You need to know how to use these words properly, or the proper use of these words, so that you can seem coherent and intelligent, and so that you know how to properly write these essays and do these research papers that you're going to do. So, good. All right, so if you look on usage part 1, notes that we have here, everybody should have one. The first words that you see are a and an. And like I said, there's just a long list, and there's a lot more to it than just what I have here. We're going to have enough time to cover what I have here. So, a and an. These indefinite articles refer to one of a general group. We're going to use a before words beginning with a consonant sound, and an before words beginning with a vowel sound. So an example, we saw a blue jay and an owl. Okay? So when we look here, why is this one, it starts with a consonant. Why is it not a?
Sounds like a vowel.
Because it sounds like a vowel. That H is silent. So the rule is how the word sounds. It's not necessarily how the word is spelled. So you would say an hour or a meeting, and those are pretty. for the most part, everybody really knows how to use a and an. All right, we move on to the next one. Guys, I need y'all paying attention. We move on to the next one. Accept and accept. Accept with an A is a verb that means what?
Like,
I'll accept your apology.
you
But what does accept mean? It's on your page. If you're reading along with these notes, you're going to see it.
to receive.
To receive. Good. So if I'm accepting something, I'm receiving something. I won the race, and I'm accepting my reward or my award for winning the race. Accept may either be a verb or a preposition. As a verb, accept means what?
To leave out.
To leave out or to
Omit.
omit. As a preposition, it means excluding. So let's look at these examples. I couldn't accept such a valuable gift. Is that the correct way to use that? Is it the correct way to use that? Accept with an A. I couldn't accept such a valuable gift. How will we use that? Is it the A or the E?
The A.
It is the A. Why?
Because you're receiving.
Yes, because you're receiving something good. Why should they be accepted from the test? Is it E or A?
E.
E. It's E. What about no one in my class except me has been to Moscow?
E.
Yeah, E. So that just means everybody, but we're going to leave this one out. Okay? Or this one group. They should all take the test except for these, maybe these one or two people or whatever the situation. So if you're accepting something, you're receiving. If you're accepting something with an E, you are leaving it out, you're omitting it. Okay? The next two, and I'm going to break these down because this will be, hopefully I can teach you this well. This is something that I have always struggled with. Even as an adult, I've always struggled with how to use these two words. Who can look there and tell me what words I'm about to do?
Affect and
Affect and effect. Good. Let's write this down. I would like for you to take these notes on your page because this is something that confuses a lot of people. So you got affect and you got effect. All right, let's break it down. So affect is a verb meaning to influence. So first of all, it is a verb. It means to influence. Okay? Y'all write this down? Y'all get on this? All right. Effect is used as a verb. It's also used as a noun. And it means the result of an action. Of some action. Okay. It also means to bring out. All right. I'm going to hopefully break this down and make it a lot easier for you because we're going to do a replacement word that I think will help you. So we can look at the examples. The bright colors affect how the patients feel. Is it going to be an A or an E?
An E. No, A.
It is an A because it is currently influencing how the patients feel. The treatment will effect a cure for the disease. Or let's do a different sentence. The bright colors have a beneficial effect on the patients. Is that an A or an E?
E.
It is going to be an E this time because it is a result of the action. These bright colors result in a beneficial, have a beneficial effect on the patients. All right, so let me break it down like this. We can use a replacement word, okay? So for affect with an A, we could say, we can use the word, if you're influencing something, you're bringing what to it? If you are putting your influence on something, is it staying the same or is it becoming different?
Becoming different.
It's becoming different. What's that mean?
Change.
To change. So let's use this word here. Change. Okay? You can, as you're reading these sentences, you can substitute effect with change. Okay? Effect is what?
Result.
It is a result of some action. Okay? So we can use the word result. And it also means to bring out. Okay? So let's look at these sentences again. The bright colors affect how the patients feel. So do the bright colors, instead of affect, do the bright colors change how they feel? Does it bring out how they feel? Or is it a result of how they feel? Let's use the words. The bright colors change how the patients feel. They result in how the patients feel. Or they bring out how the patients feel.
Change.
Yeah, it's going to be change. It's changing how the patients feel, which means it's going to be A or E?
A.
A. Great. Fantastic. Yeah, you guys are getting this.
Means that's a lot.
Say that.
All right, let's look at the next sentence. The treatment will affect a cure for the disease. Is it going to change a cure for a disease? No, it doesn't really make sense there. Is it going to result in a cure for the disease or bring out a cure for the disease?
Yes.
Yeah, the treatment can bring out a cure for the disease, or it will result in a cure for the disease. So the E is going to work in that one. The bright colors have a beneficial change on the patients, or a beneficial result on the patients. Change. Who says result? Result. Okay. So both of them really kind of work there, right? So here's how to tell the difference. If you have one where you're like, man, change and result really could work here, you're going to look in the sentence before the affect or effect, and you're going to see, is there an auxiliary verb in there? Is there a helping verb? Is there a has or have before this word? So let's look. The bright colors have a beneficial effect on the patients. Is there a helping verb in there?
Yes.
Yeah, there's have in there. If you see that, it is going to be effect if there is a helping verb in there. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Before I move on, does anybody need any clarification? Any questions?
No, sir.
All right, we're feeling good. Good deal. All right, we will move on to the next one. What is the next one? What's the next word we have? Right after affect and effect.
As fast as.
Well, we got one right before that.
All the farther, all the faster.
Right before that.
Ain't.
Ain't. There you go. Avoid using this word in speaking or in writing. It is non-standard English. If you're talking with buddies and you're talking with family or you're talking to somebody around here, everybody's going to understand what you mean by ain't. Around here, it's not too big a deal to use the word ain't. It's even becoming more standard really in other areas than the South. However, it is obviously not the proper use. It's just not proper usage. You really don't use that word, especially if you are, I mean, can we use it if we're talking to a buddy?
Yes.
Yeah. Can we use it if we're writing a professional paper?
No.
No. Good. All the farther and all the faster. I've never really heard this or it's not expression. I've never really heard people talk like this. I don't think this is going to be a big deal in our area, but it is in some other places, I guess. All the farther, all the faster. They're really just saying, it's used in some parts of the country to mean as far as or as fast as. So non-standard usage for this would be, this is all the faster I can go. That does not make sense. I've never heard anybody use that. But the standard would be, this is as fast as I can go. Okay? So you'd say as fast as or as far as. All right. The next word that we have on here is all right. I'm gonna leave that up there. All right. Who spells the word all right like this? Yeah, everybody in here. So there are dictionaries that have the word all right written like this. This isn't necessarily wrong, and honestly, in most papers, they're going to count this. I'd say most everybody spells it like this, but really, we can look. I'll pull it up for you here. I'll read it to you. All right. This is the only acceptable spelling, although the spelling all right is in some dictionaries. It has not become standard usage. So this is not necessarily, I think it's become more standard since this textbook has been written. This textbook is quite old. So the original correct spelling is two different words. It is all right. Instead of all left, it's what?
All right.
All right. Okay? Now, this textbook is probably 20 years old. Okay? This textbook is older than anyone in this room besides me. Okay? And I'm not going to tell you how old I am. So,
37.
I'm not going to tell you. So, this textbook, a lot has changed in 20 years. And so, according to the textbook, this is standard usage right here. You can write a paper and spell it like this, and it's going to be totally fine, okay? Nobody's counting off for this. This really is more the standard now, I believe. So, either one of those you could use. If you spelled it like this, and the teacher was like, hey, that's not how you spell that, you could say, well, respectfully, in the textbook, it tells us this is actually the standard usage, okay? So either one of these will work. More than likely, I would just say use this spelling here.
I think she's gonna tell you you have to teach.
She might. That's why I said respectfully. So, all right. How about this? What is wrong with that?
It's
Dot.
It's together. No,
It's together. Thank you. It's together. You do not spell this word together. It is two separate words. Okay? It is a lot. And most people will spell it together, but it is two different words. A lot. Okay? Let's flip over to the next page.
No.
All right. What are our words? Read that on the top of the page for me.
Can made.
Hang on. I'm gonna let her read it. Read through it for me.
Use can to express ability, use may to express possibility or potential.
Good. So we're going to use can to express ability. We're going to use may to express possibility or permission. Okay? Can I go use the bathroom? How many has asked your teacher, can I go use the bathroom?
May.
Probably every person in this room. And your teacher probably answered saying what?
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I don't know, can you? Right. Because the correct thing to say is what?
May.
May.
I go.
May I go use the bathroom? Good.
We all have the ability to.
That's right. We have the ability to. Let's hope so. So, let's look at these examples. Can you speak German? This person is asking, and they ain't asking like, do I have permission to speak German? They're saying, hey, do you know how to do it? Do you have the ability to do it? Pedro may join us at the restaurant. So this is a possibility situation when we use the word may. It may come around. We may have a test on this. We may get to go home early today. I don't know. The permission aspect of the word may I be excused? May I go to the restroom? They're asking for permission, okay? Does everybody understand the difference in those?
Yes.
All right. The next one is, why don't you read the next one for me? Right here. Read that. Yeah, could have.
Could not read with helping verb could.
Okay. Do not write of. So the word is could have. Do not write of with the helping verb could. Write could have. Also avoid using had of, ought to of, should of, would of, might of, and must of. Okay? So, what it's doing, when most people write down must of, or
Let's find another one.
let's say had of, people will write that. We use must of. I was trying to think of a sentence for this. When you say had of, we. I don't know. I can't think of a sentence for this. Let's do should have.
Shoulda, woulda.
We'll say should have. Okay.
Coulda, I went back, shoulda,
All right. So we can say we should have studied for that test this morning, because you should have studied for the test, a few of you. Guys, bring it back in. Should have. We're really. I think a lot of people get it confused because you can write should have, because it's what? It should.
No. But you did.
Are you paying attention?
Yes, sir.
Should what? What is this really saying?
Should.
Is it should of or should
Shoulda.
have?
Should have had.
Should have.
Should have. That's what it is.
So it's just making a. Okay, it's still recording. There we're good. Should have is what we're really saying. So a lot of people will say we should have done that, and it sounds like should of, but they're not really saying should of. They're saying should have, which is the contraction of should have. Okay, is what we're really saying. So when you're writing that out, make sure that you're writing a paper or whatever you're doing. It's not should of, could of. It's should have, could have. Okay. Diane could have telephoned us. All right. Next, we're going to do discover and invent, and we've got what 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to do. Yeah, 4. I'm not going to do that last one there. So we got 4 left. So y'all hang with me. Discover and invent. Discover means to be the first to find, see, or learn something that already exists. So if I'm discovering something, am I making it up out of thin air, or is it already here?
Already here.
It's already here. Christopher Columbus did what to America? Discovered it. Did he invent America?
No.
No, it was here. Invent means to be the first to do or make something. So, did somebody invent these cinder blocks that this school is made out of?
Yes.
Yes, they didn't just discover a cinder block forest and they picked cinder blocks off cinder block trees. That's not how that works. It had to be created and somebody invented those things. So, who discovered those fossil dinosaur eggs? Robert Wilhelm Bunsen, for whom the Bunsen burner is named. Did he discover or invent the spectroscope?
Invent.
He invented it. Good. Perfect. All right. We're going to do don't and doesn't. This is an important one. Let's do this. Don't is the contraction of do not. Doesn't is the contraction of what? If don't is do not, doesn't is what? Does not. Thank you. So we look at our examples. So we're going to use doesn't, not don't. We're going to use doesn't with he, she, it, this, and singular nouns. So an example of this, it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter. How many have heard somebody say, it don't matter to me? It don't matter. The proper usage is, it doesn't matter. The trains don't stop at this station. So if it is singular, or he, she, it, this, and singular nouns, it's going to be doesn't. So he doesn't do, they does, or they doesn't or don't.
Don't.
Don't. They don't. So if it's plural, we're going to use don't. And you can think of it this way, if it's ever confusing to you, remove the int or the not at the end and just use do or don't. Or do or does, Do or does. So we say they do or they does. Which one of those works?
They do.
They do, yeah. So don't is just the contraction of do not. So you can break it down that way and make it a little bit easier. There's one that says everywheres, anyways, somewheres. You probably heard, it's possible you've heard somebody say, well, that thing's around here somewheres. You got a grandpa looking in the barn for a tool. He's like, it's around here somewheres. I don't know where it's at, And I've heard that plenty of times. That is not a standard usage. It's not everywheres and somewheres. And I actually learned myself that anyways, like we had in the sentences earlier, is not correct usage. It's anyway, somewhere, everywhere, anywhere, okay? So just don't add an S to the end of those. The last one we're going to do, we have fewer and less. So fewer is used with what kind of words? Who can tell me? Who's looking at it can tell me? Fewer is used with what kind of words? It's towards the bottom. Look here. Fewer and less. Fewer is used with what words?
Plural.
Plural. Yep, they're used with plural. Less is used with what kind of words? Singular. Thank you. It's used with singular words. So fewer tells how many, less tells how much. So fewer students have enrolled this semester. So the word is students. That's our noun. So we use the word fewer or less. We say less students, yeah, fewer, because it's a plural word. Therefore, there will be fewer or less competition. Less, yeah, because it's a singular noun. So less competition. Good. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I want you to flip to the back page where it says 13, 14, 15. That's the ones we're going to work on. I'm going to let you work on that. Find somebody beside you, please, and I want you to go through these and I want you to discuss them. I'm going to give you a few minutes.
Already got.
I'm going to give you a few minutes to discuss those with your partner. If you want to just sit with him right quick, y'all can go over it.
15 is W.
You have a question?
So you just gonna be a helping teacher? You ain't gonna.
Real teacher.
Oh,
All right, you need to be discussing this with him.
I know. Yeah.
I got B, A, B.
You look at the-
Well, I got some.
All right.
Hey, we got some on the front.
No, he said correction.
No, I don't.
Yeah, the last page.
So if you'd listen.
Oh boy, I'm embarrassed now.
When we go through these, we're gonna go through these. I'm gonna give y'all probably 2 minutes or so to do this. And when we go through these, I'm gonna ask you why. I'm not gonna just ask you the answer. I'd like to know why that answer is correct. All right. All right, everybody good? Y'all got these three?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
All right, let's talk about it. On number 13, Weston, what you got on number 13?
I got B. This new medicine does have one side effect.
Okay, good. So the question is, which of the following sentences is written in correct standard usage? Let's look at the first one. We must have run over a nail because we have a flat. Is that correct usage? Is that a correct sentence?
No, sir.
No, why is it not correct? What's wrong with it?
Because it don't have a.
There you go. You said it. Yeah. We must have run over a nail instead of must of. Correct? So yeah, so that one is wrong. So it is going to be B. This new medicine does have one side effect. What's our rule? Or what's our replacement word for effect?
Change.
Result.
Results. Let's read it like that. This new medicine does have one side result. It does have one, it's going to result in a side symptom. Does that make sense? So there is going to be an extra result. Okay. Number 14, which of the following sentences has an error in correct standard usage? So this is an error that we're looking for. Who can do number 14 for me?
I got it.
You got it? All right.
He said
A.
good, not say it.
Good. So which of the following sentences has an error in correct standard usage? The team played good last night. What is wrong with that sentence?
Good.
Good. What should it be?
Played well.
Well. Good. You're exactly right. They played well last night. Let's look at the other sentence. Haley must have watched the video. Is there anything wrong with that sentence, or is it correct?
Correct.
Yeah, it's correct. Good. Perfect. Number 15. Y'all are doing great. Y'all are making me feel good. You're getting it. Yes?
I can do it 15.
Let's do it. What you got?
The answer is B, and it says, can I go to the bathroom? It should be may.
Yeah, it should be may I go to the bathroom. We'll talk about it. Good. Let's give it up for him. He did great. Good. All right, we're good. We got it. All right.
Huh?
No one in my family except me. Hey, listen up. Bring it back in. No one in the family except me got sick. Is there anything wrong with that
No.
sentence? No. What does that sentence say?
Except like, everybody except that person got sick.
Everybody but me got sick. I was the
But me.
only one that did.
But me.
Good. Perfect. All right. So here's what we're going to do. On the other pages, I think it's 5 through 9. Is what I'm going to send you guys home with for homework. It shouldn't take you longer than probably 5 minutes to do that whole page, okay? So it isn't much, but you're going to give that back to me tomorrow. Will be fine. But I feel really encouraged. You guys seem to really understand this stuff. So I appreciate you, and you guys are good to go.